Hey everybody, it's Elena, aka the Vibrant Cat Eye. Hey everybody, it's Elena, aka the Vibrant Cat Eye, coming to you live for a brief amount of time tonight. This will also be posted as a podcast on Substack, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. I just wanted to come on here and give a few updates. So it is January 2026, and last year I started this podcast, and I had a couple of guests on. I did a couple of solo episodes. This year, I plan on doing a whole lot more podcast episodes, specifically centered around doing intuitive both intuitive deep dives and tarot readings on both fictional characters and movies and TV shows that have come out, and even movies and TV shows from the past. For those of you that haven't followed my work or have followed my work, but you need a refresher. So I'm an intuitive. I've been, an intuitive most of my life, but I've been doing readings, and I started my business back in 2023. So on my Substack, since I'm coming to you live on Substack, so my Substack is my main platform. And on there, I bridge metaphysics and spiritualism with movies and TV shows. What that means is I explore the deeper, more metaphysical and spiritual aspects of the stories, and the characters that inhabit the stories. Part of that has to do with reading the energy of the characters. Also, just kind of getting a different view of, like, getting kind of a different perspective, or gaining a different perspective on the meaning of these movies and TV shows and why they are appearing to the collective at the moment. It is interesting it's interesting that there has been, like, a lot of movies and TV shows that have come out pretty lately, that you know have more of, like, that do present those questions. Like, for example, I did a podcast with filmmaker Heather Turman earlier last year around March. We discussed the film Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that film, plus a lot of the Marvel movies and other films that have come out, especially those that are, like, paranormal centered and everything. They I feel like there's a calling in the universe right now to put our focus on expanding our consciousness. And I think that that's part of what everywhere Everything Everywhere All at Once attempted to do was basically plant the seed in our consciousness that essentially told us, there's more out there. This isn't just, the one reality. This isn't just, the world isn't just black and white and cut and dry and everything. There's more out there. There's more to explore. There's there's more to be discovered. And that's part of what I aim to do on my podcast, is open those channels up when it comes to discussing these movies and TV shows. I want to be able to, you know, I guess the way I would describe it is, for those of you that follow the the hypnotherapist, or have followed the hypnotherapist, Dolores Cannon. One of the things that she did as a hypnotherapist is she described the technique that she pioneered. Oh my gosh, and I'm forgetting the name of it, of course. But basically, her method, her method was to go into the deepest levels of trance, not just, the deeper levels where you can convince somebody to stop smoking or stop a bad habit. She went like really deep into, she went completely deep into, um, the the techniques that she used and really started, almost like going into like the beginning of the person's existence, past the past lives, past, their lives as other beings or whatever. It was really interesting. And she came up with a series of books called the convoluted universe. My cat is crying. um and they, basically she took all of those the sessions that she did. And oh, hi Zuko. See, Zuko says hi. Every Zuko, say hi to everybody. Anyway, she took all the sessions that she did and she recorded what she discovered through the sessions, whatever came through the people. Um, yeah. Anyways, what came through the people was like a very, very like down the rabbit hole type, type of, yeah. There was a lot lot to be discovered. 'Cause, yeah, basically what she did was, anyways, sorry, I'm getting distracted. My cat is scratching on stuff he's not supposed to. Zuko, stop. Anyway, yeah, no, she discovered a lot of, or a lot of the, I guess, the beings that were coming through each of these people. There was like a lot of information coming through on extraterrestrials, on, reincarnation, on like people's past lives, all sorts of different, and also multiverse, all sorts of things. And so the reason I bring Dolores Cannon up is because, like I said, she went into the deepest levels of trance. What I'm trying to do with this channel is go into the deepest levels of storytelling, to unearth, the meaning behind, these stories. So my goal this, for at least the first part of this year, is to bring on more, podcast guests, to talk about, a movie or TV show of their choice. I'm gonna go let my cat out really quick. Here you go, Zuko. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to have more guests on my podcast. I'm also going to be doing a lot of, solo episodes talking about various films, movies, yeah, various films, movies, TV shows, occasionally what's going on in pop culture. I made a TikTok a couple of days ago, talking about the Duffer Brothers and all the things going on with, people not being very happy with the ending of season 5 of Stranger Things. There's a lot. There's a lot that's that that I'd like to discuss on this podcast. So if any of you that happen to be listening to this podcast, if you want to become a guest on the show, please reach out to me on Substack. You can DM me. Also, you can also reach me on, at my email, theladycateye@gmail.com. I'm also on the platform, Buy Me a Coffee. So that's where I book a lot of my readings. I'm also on Facebook under the Vibrant Cat Eye. And yeah, there's a lot. Anyways, those are probably the best ways to get a hold of me. But yeah, you can always email me at theladycateye@gmail.com. Um, I was gonna play music, but since this is probably gonna go on YouTube, I don't want my video to get flagged and my channel to be taken down. So, um, yeah, because you just don't know, you don't really know with the, AI right now, because it seems like AI is, going through and catching things, and then you can't even you can't even do anything about it if your account gets flagged because there's really nobody to talk to about it. That's one of the reasons why, um, yes, I mean, I will be starting a YouTube channel, but that is one of the reasons why YouTube is not gonna be my main video platform. A lot of people, I guess today Substack, the creators of or the, founders of Substack announced that, they have they have an app that's gonna be coming to, I think, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Google TV, whatever it's called, where you can watch videos from Substack on your television, which is really awesome, actually. I was reading the comment section of that post that they posted, and a lot of people aren't happy with it. I can understand because Substack started off as a writing platform, but I honestly I disagree with them, that it should remain a writing platform. I think writing should be like the thing it's centered around, but I don't think that they should just discount podcasting and videos and whatever else. I don't think it should just exclusively be a writing platform. Honestly, it's nice when there's a platform that's an alternative to YouTube and an alternative to other platforms, especially with YouTube being so big right now that you really can't contact anybody if there's an issue. And I think it's the same thing here on the Substack platform too. So that's something. I mean, you can, but I don't know who to contact. That's part of the issue. But anyway, yeah. So my goal is to get more podcasts, people on my podcast, and just utilize the notes feature, just really just connect, and honestly, just to connect with more people on this platform on Substack. I think Substack is amazing. I think I'm really grateful that that I'm glad that the platform exists because I was gonna start just I was gonna just have like YouTube be my main platform, but I'm glad that YouTube. I mean, not just YouTube. I'm glad that Substack has a lot more to offer, and I think that that's really nice. It's really nice to see that. Yeah, because like I know that YouTube was like the dominant video platform for a long time. It still really is because nobody else has come up with anything. I know that there's been like Daily Motion, but that I don't trust that website. I don't know for what that platform for whatever reason. I feel like it's well, I mean, it's an alternative to post on there from YouTube, but I don't know. It just feels like there might be sorry, yawning, tired. Anyways, I feel like that website might have a lot of bugs in it or something. And I'm not saying that to talk smack about Daily Motion. I just think that they really need to update the software on that platform. Um, but yeah, I'm very grateful to be able to start a podcast. That's really nice. Anyway, one of the podcasts I'm gonna be doing as a solo episode, and I've made a video about, or I made a newsletter about it, is Cobra Kai and Karate Kid franchise. I know that they just finished this last year, last I think it was last April. No, it was last March, I believe. They came out with part 3 of season 6 of Cobra Kai. And what's funny is that I started watching Cobra Kai. I was just saying this on on TikTok Live. I started watching Cobra Kai back I think it was like November of 2024, like right around I think it was on election day actually. I started watching it because I had seen clips of it. I had seen clips of Cobra Kai on YouTube, and I just hadn't gotten around to watching that, but I did watch, the Karate Kid franchise, when I was a teenager, and, I mean, I'm 38 now, so it had been a while, so I had to go back. I wanted to go back and watch the movies because I really thought that they were I thought that they were brilliant. I believe and I see that the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai has a very good lesson for the collective and everything. Part of that um, has to do with learning. It's not just learning self defense, but there seems to be, yeah, there's a lot of lessons. There's a lot of good lessons for people about. Anyways, there's a lot of a lot of lessons about determination and not just determination, but you know, creating bonds with people, using not just karate, but anything pretty much as an outlet. Anyways, I'm so tired right now. That's not exactly what the franchise is about, but I like that Mr. Miyagi's character taught Daniel um how to use karate in a way that's more of the not just defensive learning, not just defense techniques, but you know teaching him how to fight so that he won't have to go on the offense and everything. He won't have to use it's like learning to use a gun, for example, knowing that you're probably not going to anyways knowing that you're probably not going to use it unless you have to. I think that was part of what Mr. Miyagi was teaching Daniel LaRusso and everything. Anyways, I'll find a better way to explain it. It's past midnight here in Alaska, so I'm a little tired. But anyway, I'm going to discuss an aspect of that franchise I think, you know, is great. Part of that is how well they connected the first three films, characters from the first three films to the Cobra Kai characters and everything, and how those characters have interacted. Some of them, some of the characters from the first film, for example, connecting with characters from the second film and third film and everything. It's a very fascinating way that they did that and everything. And I think that it's a very beloved franchise, and I very much enjoy it. Anyways, yeah. So that is all I have for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live and this podcast, and just wanted to also let you guys know that I have a few spots open for readings. If you go to buymeacoffee.com/the vibrant cat eye, you can leave me a tip on there, but you can also go to my shop and check out the list of readings that I have on that platform. I do anywhere from I do email readings. I can do over the phone. I possibly do them over Zoom as well. At the also I do color readings. I do color divination readings. I can do intuitive, tarot and oracle readings, as well as intuitive dream interpretation readings on yeah, if you wanted to book a reading with me, that's I have a few spots open this week. And yeah, so anyways, everyone have a lovely evening, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.